Sup shitters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SB Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from an artist named Christian Stutzig. And this song is called Christmas Without You. And we're going to go straight over here to YouTube, where we have got ourselves an official music video, which it started before I could finish. That's okay. Where we're going to have a listen to it, and we're going to watch the video, and we're going to see and hear what we think. Those little plucks there, eh? I love snowy wonderlands like this. I think that kind of the ratio they've got in a shot. You know, with the black bars up and down. That's kind of it. I know this kind of goes without saying, but it is very cinematic, isn't it? Winter Wonderland, fantastic. Now, what resolution is this in? Just double checking up at 1080p. Cool. Hey, drums! Oh, fantastic. See, we don't actually get ice here in New Zealand. We just get sun and sunburns. I'm loving the drums at the moment. And that lady's vocals are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? What a pristine tonality to them. Oh, we got the jingles. Very Christmassy. That there, where you have the lone vocalist and you have the backup on the second run through the verse, the second half of the verse. It's little touches like that which make a single really solid. You know what I mean? It easily catches the listener's attention and keeps people engaged. A really pretty harmony as well. It has been a very, very different time for a lot of people. I just wanted to give that hook a bit of time just to kind of sink in and for me to get sort of the grasp of what was going on there. The sort of the production, the sort of instrumentation, or rather the selection of instruments is very simple. You know, you've got the bass, the piano parts, the drums are very energetic, but they manage to work because they've been mixed well enough that they're not too harsh or abrasive or overpowering. You know, if there'd been a little bit too much bass inside that kick, it might have sort of sounded like we're going sort of into sort of just a little bit too bombastic. What I love about this is that it's appropriate for what's been going on in the world. There are a lot of people who are not going to be able to be together for this Christmas, you know, for reasons that a lot of us are aware of with the code and lockdowns and such. And the way that this lady is singing, it expresses a little bit of sadness but an optimism for a future and that things will improve and get better over time. And while there is a longing in the delivery, which sort of signals the fact that the vocalist we have for this track is incredibly competent, you know, a very polished performer, I'm just really impressed by how appropriate everything is in this and how authentic in terms of the holiday spirit and festive season it is, whilst also not sort of overdoing the fact that, I mean, everyone knows that there's going to be some separation, and it's sort of just trying to sort of say, this is just how things are. It seems like the right amount of sort of empathy, as well as I think it's something that a lot of people will be able to relate to. I loved how... Sorry, I know I was just going on for a bit then. I was on a tangent just before. I do love the fact that the piano was grooving to the same sort of one and two and kind of rhythm as the drums hi-hat. So they're continuing. Oh, into the hook. Sick. Christmas Without You. Ein Projekt von Christian Stutzig. Nice. Excellent.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Fantastic. Yeah, I have a lot of love for this. I have a lot of love for the imagery in the video as well. I think that it was shot very well. It sort of matches the overall tonality and textures in the track with those pianos and those and the kind of the glistening kind of the bells and the shimmers and all that, with the snow coming down from the sky and people playing it and people sort of going out. I guess everyone kind of wants to go out and experience the winter wonderland, don't they? And that's, although it will be a slightly different Christmas for a lot of people, or a very different Christmas for a lot of people, still, you know, we are, as long as we are able to connect with each other some way, well, I'm sure that people will be able to get through. I loved how, like, as well as like in the verses, you know, the vocalist sort of sung alone, but then in the choruses, it all came together, and it was sort of like a sort of a choir effect with those overdubs to kind of make the hook sound a bit bigger and sort of show sort of importance that has been put into that part. And as well as that piano coming in and just keeping that groove going along and sort of cementing those bass lines, there was just a very clear sort of distinction between the verses and the choruses, which again helps people to understand how the song works and makes it nice and fun and enjoyable to listen to. It is a very authentic Christmas track, and I think that this might be sort of an original one from Christian Stutzig. Apologies if their pronunciation is poor. I love it when people decide to write their own Christmas tracks, because I think everybody's heard Jingle Bells enough times to have maybe one wanting something new. Some people may not want anything new. Maybe they always want Jingle Bells, but myself personally, I love it when people put their creative talents towards putting a new spin on it. And, you know, some people, I mean, I know I spun the whole COVID angle before, but also a lot of people are just separated just because they can't get to each other because people aren't able to fly places, you know? And I'm sure that a lot of these people will really appreciate when they are able to catch up with their loved ones in future, you know, once things sort of simmer down a little bit, and they can just enjoy life together again, go out in the snow, and maybe the future Christmases, just like the ones before it, will be just as fun and enjoyable. There was nothing that was particularly weak about this video. It was very strong, and the music video, I mean, like, the music was obviously very friendly music, despite the fact there was a little bit of sadness and the fact that people were separated. All in all, it was a very positive sort of journey throughout. There was a sort of a subtle optimism for Christmas, still bringing everyone together, and a lot of brightness in the track, a lot of sort of it was very vibrant. The mixing and mastering, the production in general helped to sort of cement that texture to it, and it was helpful that there wasn't a single note that was out of place. It was performed very competently, and obviously the vocalist just smashed it. It was just a really beautiful song. No, I don't know what you could have really added to this to improve it. You know, with a Christmas single, I mean, I've sometimes people, like, rock and metal. Sometimes people will perform like a metal version of a Christmas carol, and they'll just go and put a whole bunch of shred guitar and add all these notes which don't really add anything to it. Having the sort of select instruments we had, it wouldn't have really benefited from having like any other sort of like pads or synths or any sort of wacky kind of additions. It's just, I think this is basically what served the song best. So yeah, well done. Well done to Christian Stutzig. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to Christmas Without You and watching the video. I loved how it was edited. It was a very seamless experience. And honestly, the locations where this was shot look absolutely gorgeous. Stay cool, stay safe. Please do support Christian Stutzig on his various social medias and YouTube. Stay cool. Oh, sorry, I just said that, didn't I? I'm really tired. Please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. I'll catch you next review. Spider hands up.